These shoes are magical. It's like running through the chamber of secrets. Fire, straight goblets of fire. My prisoners of Azkaban. What? Hi, my name is Andrew. Hi, Andrew. And I have a confession to make. When I started shooting videos for YouTube last October, I promised myself I would not do 4 oddly specific things. Number 1, shoot a video called How to Run Further for Longer Without Getting Tired. Number 2, shock face. Or, yeah, fake shock face. Whatever that thing is. We're not falling for it. Number 3, name dropping Kipchoge, putting him on a thumbnail with an arrow pointing to him, or name dropping his insane race pace. I held Kipchoge's race pace for 3 seconds. Number 4, never say AlphaFly killer. And yet, here we are. All right, now let me leverage expectations. You are going to be disappointed. The shoe, my AlphaFly Killer, has been out for a little while. I don't get sent shoes early, and I am not a sponsored athlete. So without further ado, I give you the New Balance SC Elite V3. These shoes are magical. Okay, this is like Penn and Teller. You don't have to be Chris Angel to levitate in these. Gandalf the Grey, Andrew, that's enough, would have run circles around Sauron. You're too much. You're a little much sometimes. Okay, so this is how the rest of the video is gonna go. I'm gonna do the specs versus the AlphaFly in the shoe, and then I'm gonna tell you what it feels like and all of the paces, and then lastly, why it's my new marathon shoe. Okay, for the specs, disclaimer, I am not a spec guy, although I do identify as a nerd. Specs are more of a geek thing. No offense to geeks, we're all in the same dork genealogy. You know, geeks can really get into the specs, and I look at the sheet and I really can't discern what it's gonna feel like when I actually run in the shoe. For example, these 2 shoes, the Nike AlphaFly 1.0 and the New Balance SC Elite V3, spec out eerily similar on paper, but they feel completely different or different enough underfoot when you run in them. They both have 40 millimeters of stack in the heel and 36 millimeters of stack in the forefoot for a 4 millimeter drop. The Fuel Cell foam of New Balance feels wonderful. The ZoomX foam of Nike feels great. The AlphaFly 1.0, it comes in at 7.4 ounces, and the New Balance shoe comes in at 7.6 ounces, so they're almost the same. There's a plate in the SC Elite V3. There's a plate in the AlphaFly 1.0. There are pods in the AlphaFly 1.0 and not pods in the New Balance shoe. Even the uppers are almost identical, though I will say the New Balance shoe has a little bit more stretch. So despite looking almost the same on paper, these shoes feel completely different underfoot. Now look at these. The AlphaFly, I'm gonna assume you already know about it because it's been around for a while. It has been known to feel unstable for a lot of runners because it's separated here from the heel and the foot. And the SC Elite V3 feels stable. So despite them looking almost exactly the same, they feel like 2 different shoes underfoot. All right, now we're gonna go through the range of paces for each of these shoes. For 5K pace, New Balance SC Elite V3, yes. The AlphaFly 1.0, no. For threshold paces, the New Balance SC Elite V3, oh yes. The Nike AlphaFly 1.0, yeah, you could. I mean, you can. But if I was gonna run a half marathon, I think I would pick a different shoe. I mean, my personal record, my PB, my PB. I've been watching a lot of Ted Lasso lately. That's Roy Kent. My fucking PB is in the Audios Pro 2. Okay, and for easy/steasy paces, Nike AlphaFly 1.0, yeah, I mean, you can. It's kind of clunky. You feel the instability. The SC Elite V3, oh my word, yes. Like if I was going to build a shoe rotation with 3 shoes, it would be 3 pairs of the New Balance SC Elite V3. It really would. I would have 1 for daily training, I'd have 1 for my workouts, and I just save 1 for race day. Now you wouldn't necessarily want to run easy paces or steasy paces in these shoes because they are race shoes and they do cost so much, so you probably want to save them for race day. But I do think that the easy and steasy paces reveal the biggest difference between the 2 shoes, and that's the underfoot roll through or lack thereof with the AlphaFly. So for example, if you land on the heel and then you come down, you feel the slap, and you can hear it when people are running. You're like, oh, that shoe slaps. And I don't mean it slaps in the way young people say something slaps when they're trying to tell you that food is delicious. I just mean it literally slaps, okay? Whereas the New Balance SC Elite V3 has a roll through and you really get that energy arc feel to it. Guys, just like, what are you doing? Just subscribe already, hit the like button. I'm trying to get a timeshare in Costa Rica. We're sending my daughter to Japan for one of her trips or whatever. So the gazebo in the backyard's already under construction. All right, for marathon pace, yes and yes, obviously both these shoes can handle that pace. That's what they're designed to do. I think the real question that we have to ask ourselves is, why is the New Balance SC Elite V3 my AlphaFly killer? My AlphaFly killer! Oi, Jamie Todd! I think you first have to understand my history with the marathon and this particular shoe. I don't know if it's the same for you, but for me, in the last couple of marathons that I've run, I've really not been able to pick up the pace late in the race. And I feel like this shoe is in 100% control of my stride. Like, it locks me down and it wants me to run marathon pace. And who am I to say any different? I really appreciate this shoe, but late in the race, like when I want to start to increase my cadence, I can't. I have a hard time running 5K and threshold in this shoe just in general. So I have a hard time picking up the pace. Enter the SC Elite V3. This shoe is more nimble. This shoe I can control. Now, at the beginning of the race, that just means I'm gonna have to run more because it's not controlling me. God forbid I have to run a little bit. But later in the race, I feel like I'll be able to pick up the pace and break that stride, pick up my cadence, and finish strong. Okay, in conclusion, I'm gonna say that I think the New Balance SC Elite V3 is almost like if the Nike AlphaFly and the Vaporfly had a baby. And it has the personality of the AlphaFly, but the body of the Vaporfly. I can't believe I made a whole video on the SC Elite V3 and did not compare it once to the SC Trainer V2. I did make a video about that, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put it by the lamp right here. Thanks for watching.